Psychological safety, a couple of references there that we think are relevant to highlight. Many of you, again, will be aware of Project Aristotle, the work that Google initiated in 2012 that engaged with, I think, in the region of 180 of their internal teams to understand which of the teams were most high performing. And what that body of research led to was this idea that it's not who's on the team, but how the team operates is the distinguishing factor between success. And importantly, under the how was this concept of psychological safety and ensuring that individuals felt really comfortable with being able to express their views or challenging views of others to ensure that that team was highly operating. And Amy Edmondson, who's the preeminent academic in this space, the author of sort of multiple books and papers on this particular area. And this quote comes from the book, The Fearless Organization. I know that there's another one that's been published relatively recently, talks to the role of the leader and making the environment safe for open communication about challenges, concerns, and opportunities being one of the most important leadership responsibilities in the 21st century. Again, and certainly fueled by an element of bias here, the idea that it's driving that sense of leadership, or leadership is driving the sense of psychological safety that individuals perhaps experience. And a couple of examples just to bring that to life a little further would be Timpson. So a brilliant case study that we reference within the paper. So James Timpson, who's now the CEO of the organization, is the owner and founder's son. And during his earlier days, he spent time managing one of the shops. And it was his belief that being the owner's son gave him a level of freedom, a level of autonomy that other employees didn't have, and allowed him essentially to break the rules. So to be able to make judgments on what was needed in that particular context. So whether that was to give content away for free, whether that was to provide happy hour periods where people get significantly discounted products. And it's an approach that he's taken into being now the CEO to try and give the individuals on the shop floor the autonomy to operate to their context, to have the degree of safety that allows them to make decisions that ensure the organization can thrive. And that concept of being able to break the rules and having the confidence to break the rules is quite significant. And then the topic of rules moves us quite nicely into sort of the Netflix example, if we just drop back one, Pew. And Reed Hastings, the CEO or founder of Netflix and the author of the book No Rules, Rules, sort of framed the idea of rules being sort of detrimental to the organization and wanting to operate with what was described as a highly aligned but loosely coupled organization. Again, really trying to encourage the sense of localized contextual decision making. Another example being the expenses policy at Netflix that focused on individuals making choices in the best interest of Netflix. And whilst that might not necessarily naturally correlate with psychological safety, I think there's certainly an intent there to ensure that individuals can make judgments in the confidence that they're doing it in the best interest and for the right reasons.